ultimate test of a combat weapon system, man, aircraft, and missile, is the ability to kill a target, whether that target is the enemy aircraft or its realistic counterpart, the Ryan Firebee. Air Force pilots at home and abroad are currently involved in 4 weapon system evaluation programs. And of these, 2 are supported by Ryan-operated Firebee target services. Air Defense Command's Combat Pike is relying on Firebee target support at Tyndall Air Force Base, Florida. And in the Pacific Air Force Theater of Operations, a Ryan team has provided Firebee high maneuvering target flights since June of this year. Called Combat Sage, the exercise provides an opportunity to exercise fighter air-to-air weapons in an environment similar to Vietnam. At Tyndall, the Ryan Target Operations Team, setting new performance records, has flown 316 Firebee flights in a single year. This record for target operations and reliability is unsurpassed at any other range. The Ryan Target Team provides launch, remote control and tracking, recovery and refurbishment of the BQM-34A Firebee targets. Ryan has given support to Tactical Air Command's Dancing Sparrow and Dancing Falcon programs and will support TAC's Combat Echo evaluations. If required, the Firebee system can support the Combat Wheels program for U.S. Air Force Europe. Ryan created the Firebee target system as a realistic simulation of today's threats. And Firebee targets have aided missile evaluations since 1949. To understand the vital role of the Firebee in these programs, we must know the requirements of a weapon system evaluation. First, you need to determine weapon system effectiveness. Secondly, you must confirm its effectiveness in the hands of the user in an operational environment. As a third and co-related function, you provide realistic training to maintain air crew efficiency. To accomplish these goals, you need an effective target system. Firebee is such a system. It is a near-sonic, remotely controlled aircraft. It can be ground-launched from a surface launcher or air-launched from a DC-130. Flight endurance provides multiple presentations on each flight, giving maximum utilization with minimum cost per missile firing. Firebee is recovered by a 2-stage parachute system. It can be retrieved from water by helicopter or boat, or from land by helicopter or truck, and used again. This reusability, long service life, and minimum launch cost give Firebee true cost effectiveness. To be effective, the target system must simulate the threat in the environment. Firebee threat size, or radar reflectivity, is generated by a traveling wave tube. New advancements have been made in missile scoring accuracy. After a missile has been fired, accuracy is obtained through scoring. This is essential for data collection and analysis. For both ballistic and guiding armament, 2 scoring systems are carried in the Firebee. MATS, Multiple Airborne Trajectory Tracking System, and BiDops, Bi-Doppler. Threat infrared signatures are simulated by flares or long-burning heat sources. Firebee can simulate numerous realistic threats within its airspeed and altitude envelope. For a low-level penetration, Firebee uses a radar altimeter low-altitude control system, RALAX. This Relax kit, upon remote command, descends and maintains level flight of the Firebee as low as 50 feet over water and 100 feet over flat terrain. To provide multiple target presentations, an automatic formation flight control system is in development for the Firebee. A manual system, developed for use at White Sands Missile Range, continues to achieve slant ranges of 300 to 800 feet. For tactical air command evaluations, Firebee uses an increased maneuverability kit, which gives the target a constant altitude turn capability up to 6 Gs. An expansion of this capability will enable Firebee to execute climbing or diving high G course reversals. In addition to its other capabilities, Firebee can mount ECM missions, dispensing chaff or providing electronic noise jamming and deception techniques. Looking ahead to future needs, Ryan continues to provide realistic targets. We are now flight testing a new generation of Firebees, the Firebee 2 of XBQM-34E, which puts the Firebee target system in the supersonic regime. Ryan, under contract to the Navy, is flight testing and evaluating 14 prototypes. This supersonic target system will expand the performance, operational flexibility, and threat realism of the subsonic Firebee. Firebee 2 uses existing systems, subsystems, components, and equipment wherever possible, retaining the equipment carrying capability and mission performance of the subsonic Firebee. It can be air-launched, ground-launched. It is recovered with the same two-stage parachute system used in the subsonic Firebee, and retrieved by helicopter. Decontamination and refurbishment follow water recovery. Firebee 2 uses an uprated Continental jet engine with a new supersonic airframe. The engine accessories and compressor section were modified, up-changing the thrust from 1,700 to 1,840 pounds. Firebee 2 is 5 feet longer and has a 4-foot narrower wingspan than the BQM-34A. There are no ailerons on the wing. The horizontal tail surfaces move collectively for pitch and differentially for roll control. For the supersonic mission, fuel is carried internally. However, for added endurance and more range time at subsonic speeds, 400 pounds of fuel is carried in a jettisonable external fuel tank. In the clean configuration, Firebee 2 flies at Mach 1.1 at 50 feet, Mach 1.8 at 50,000 feet, and Mach 1.5 above 60,000 feet. The new target has a maneuvering capability of 5 Gs up to 20,000 feet and 2 to 3 Gs at higher altitudes. Flight tests to evaluate and demonstrate the Firebee 2 are continuing at the Naval Missile Center, Point Mugu, California. The new target is flying successfully in both the subsonic and supersonic modes. Since 1947, several generations of Firebees have made Ryan the acknowledged leader in providing the military services with realistic airborne target systems. Production of more than 3,600 Firebee targets and over 10,000 operational Firebee flights attest to this leadership. For more than 20 years, Ryan Aeronautical Company has met the challenge of changing Air Force weapons evaluation requirements. We at Ryan feel that Firebee target systems will continue to meet and satisfy Air Force needs for the present and the foreseeable future.